I'm sorry. Ah, okay. I gotcha. Thanks.
I had the same problem with Chipotle.
This reminds me of a bar mitzvah I went to once.
Mecca-lecca-hi, mecca-hi-ni-ho!
The ghosts are moving tonight, restless, hungry. May I introduce myself? I'm Watson Pritchard.
Hi, Watson!
In just a minute, I'll show you the only really haunted house in the world.
The Kardashian mansion?
Since it was built a century ago, 7 people, including my brother, have been murdered in it.
You'd think they'd learn, Jesus.
Since then, I've owned the house. I've only spent one night there, and when they found me in the morning,
I had wet
I
myself.
was almost dead.
I'm Vincent Price. Welcome to Jackass.
I'm Frederick Lauren, and I've rented the house on Haunted Hill tonight so that my wife can give a party. A haunted house party.
Kitschy, right? We saw it on Pinterest.
She's so amusing. There'll be food and drink and ghosts.
And ring around the rosy, and bobbing for apples, and a cake
You're all
raffle.
invited. If any of you will spend the next 12 hours in this house, I'll give you each $10,000.
And a coupon for
Or your
Denny's.
next of kin in case you don't survive. Ah, but here come our other guests. It was my wife's idea to have our guests come in funeral cars. She's so amusing. Her sense of humor is, shall we say, original.
That's another
I
way of
think that
saying she
perhaps
just spouts memes
it's empty
she's seen
now,
on
but
Facebook.
After a night in the house on Haunted Hill, who knows? This is Lance Schroeder, a test pilot, so no doubt a brave man.
Gonna light up all that
But don't
oil
you
in
think
his
you
hair.
can be much braver if you're paid for it? And I happen to know that Lance needs the $10,000 I'll give him, if he's brave enough to stay all night.
Are you brave enough to
This
step
is
on the
Ruth.
gas?
You've no doubt read her column in the newspapers.
What's a newspaper?
She says her reason for coming to the party is to write a feature article on ghosts.
But really, she just had leftover
She's
vacation
also
days.
desperate for money. Gambles. You've already met Watson Pritchard.
But we wish we
A man
hadn't.
living in mortal fear of a house, and yet he is risking his life to spend another night here. I wonder why. He says for money.
But I say stupidity.
This is Dr. David Trent, a psychiatrist. He claims that my ghost will help his work on hysteria.
And hopefully his
Don't
constipation.
you see a little touch of greed there?
Hey, I heard that.
Around the mouth and eyes. This is Nora Manning. I picked her from the thousands of people who work for me because she needed the $10,000 more than most.
Crack is a hell of a
Supports her
drug.
whole family. Isn't she pretty?
5 out of 10.
The party's starting now, and you have until midnight to find the house on Haunted Hill.
Found it.
There it is.
Right there.
It's even labeled.
Ah, it's a White Castle production.
Makes me hungry.
Let's see. Do you? Oh, not you. Lose the bangs and we'll talk.
Welcome to the Radisson on Haunted Hill.
Boy, Mr. Wonka's factory is gonna be neato!
Which one's the fat kid?
Vincent Price, who's been in many great movies. Until now.
Welcome to Carol O Mart for all your Carol O needs.
The hell? We didn't park here.
Somebody's doing a pressed ham on the 3rd floor.
Boy, not even the camera guy knows where to look.
It's more of a haunted condo, really.
No, it's a duplex.
It's a booplex.
Hey, those kids down there are making out.
Those gates are made out of connects.
Alright, I give up. Where's the door?
Da-da-dum.
Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum. Da-da-dum.
It smells like Geritol and cats.
Hey guys, I found a wrench in the parlor.
Hey, I found a candlestick!
Found some rope.
Only the ghosts in this house are glad we're here.
Oh, you're the fun one.
Are we all strangers to each other? Don't you two know each other?
I'm afraid I don't even know your name.
I'm Nora Manning.
I'm the girl who watches you in your sleep.
Is Frederick Lauren a friend of yours?
I've heard of him, but I've never met him.
I work for one of his companies, but I've never seen him.
From the waist
I've
up.
never met the man either. Just a phone call. Do you know him?
No,
Well, then you're the only one of us who does.
I don't know him. All the details about renting the house were done by mail.
He's quite wealthy, isn't he?
Millions.
And 5 wives, I believe.
At once?
So far.
A $50,000 party for only 5 people is a little steep, even for a millionaire.
He's like a spoiled rich white girl.
Well, if I were going to haunt anybody, this would certainly be the house I'd do it in.
Who closed the door?
That was me. Sorry. Look at his butt.
This thing's made of solid steel.
Ah, shit. There goes our Yelp rating.
Come play with us, Vincent.
Later, girls.
Annabelle. Our guests are here, unfortunately still alive. Is your face on yet?
Not yet.
Dust and dirt everywhere, and the water barely trickles. Couldn't you have had the place cleaned?
Atmosphere, darling. You know how ghosts are. They never tidy up.
And they take all our gerbs!
That's a very fetching outfit, but hardly suitable for a party.
I'm not going to the party.
I'm going to the strip club.
Spend the night ghost party was your idea, remember? Since it's going to cost me $50,000, I want you to have fun.
The party was my idea until you invited all the guests. Why all these strangers? Why none of our friends?
Those dicks? I'm not inviting those dicks.
Do we have any friends?
No, your jealousy took care of that.
Well, that and
I
my
had a
gun.
reason for inviting each guest. I wanted kind of a cross-section. From psychiatrist to typist, and from drunk to jet pilot. They share one thing. They all need money.
And they're all white as mayo on a
Now,
polar
let's
bear.
see if they're brave enough to earn it.
And you call this a party?
Could be.
Why do you always do that? It spoils the champagne.
It might explode.
Never does.
Would you guarantee that?
That isn't funny, Frederick.
Make a good headline. Playboy kills wife with champagne cork.
That's how Nam started.
Will you join me?
No, thank you.
Just a sip might improve your humor.
My humor is fine, thanks. And I haven't poisoned it.
It's always good to know that. Have some. You'll enjoy the party more.
Or at least remember it less.
Go on.
Ugh, reload.
Your trust is so touching. And I'm not going to the party.
Of all my wives, you're the least agreeable.
But still alive.
Would you go away for $1 million, tax-free? You want it all, don't you?
I deserve it all. Your jealousy isn't tax-free.
No, but you can claim it as a deduction.
Maddening.
If ever a man had grounds for divorce,
But can't prove them.
the time will come. You'll slip up one of these days,
Think so?
if I live long enough. You remember the fun we had when you poisoned me?
That nurse was almost wife number 5.
Something you ate, the doctor said.
Yes, arsenic on the rocks. Annabelle, you'd do it again if you thought you could get away with it, wouldn't you?
Darling, what makes you think that?
Something about you.
It might be that knife you have in my balls.
I hear that hanging is very uncomfortable, in case you get any more ideas.
At least then one of us would
Don't
be
let
hung.
the ghosts and the ghouls disturb you, darling.
Darling, the only ghoul in the house is you.
Burn!